starting our healing before marriage ultimately saved our marriage. And if we're going to be honest here, some couples are fighting battles that started long before their relationship even began.
So, welcome to the Work Behind the Vows. I'm Words Taylor. And then I have my beautiful wife here, Miss Julanda Taylor.
Yeah, I thought you were about to mispronounce my name for a second. So here we have real conversations about daily choices and the healing work that goes into keeping your marriage tight. Today's episode is a good one, y'all. We've been in a good series. Have you been with us throughout this time?
Yeah,
We've
that's
been in
good.
a good series.
It's good.
Today is about the patterns, okay? How your past is showing up in your marriage today. We're going to do some teaching. We're going to get into some real nitty gritty, meaty stuff today. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Why are you doing it then?
Don't do
be
it.
out here talking about
We're
some
getting
meaty.
into some nitty gritty, meaty stuff today,
This
okay?
is wild.
Okay. First things we want to talk about, we got 5 for you, okay?
This is crazy.
5 things for you to be aware of, be on alert, be reflective of, to figure out, is this happening in my marriage? It's 5 things of how your past could be impacting your marriage today.
Oh, man. This is crucial.
So first up, one thing that has come up multiple times in our marriage counseling, because, you know, as we've talked about before, we did premarital, we do marriage. We believe that in what we're telling you, that there's work that goes into this thing. Every so often, you need to go get a tune-up. You need to take your marriage into the mechanic, which just happens to be a therapist, and have a marriage counseling session so you can work through some things.
Sure.
And so we believe in regular tune-ups, just whenever, sporadically throughout our marriage. But I think it kind of averages out to every 18 months to 2 years we end up going.
For sure.
So in that, a hot topic that continues to come up is about attachment styles. It is important. I remember when my husband first heard it, he said, "What is that? Like, I don't get it." So let me also...
You're not about to label me.
Let me also say this.
What we're not going to do
Lord.
is have you out here trying to label me just because you got your degree.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Because you educated, you got your little degree. You think you know everything.
So that's what
we're not going to do.
My undergrad degree is psychology.
See?
So when I say that I thoroughly enjoy the brain and relationships and conversation, and I use this language in everyday communication, I truly do. Okay? I truly do. So when I heard attachment styles, I was immediately like, I remember this from school. I absolutely know what this is. I learned all about it. I learned my attachment style when I was younger.
She actually used this in a intense fellowship that we was having one time, y'all. She's like, I know because this is my degree. I was like,
absolutely.
This girl right
I paid a lot of money to get this. So anyway, I'm going to bring out my phone for this one because I want to be sure to give you the correct information so you can fully understand what the attachment styles are, but then also why this is important. And I think we can even talk about the importance before going into each of the styles. When you have an awareness of what your partner's attachment style is and what your attachment style is, you can then begin to allow compassion and grace and consideration in your interactions.
Well, we need to talk about what is an attachment style. What are you saying?
An attachment style is based on your childhood and how you were reared and raised and ultimately respond to the world.
Okay.
That's how it is. Like, you had things that happened in your life that made you lean one way or the other. And as a result, that is how you present yourself in the world.
Exactly.
It may not be conscious.
For sure.
And a lot of people don't know about them. So it's not as though you actively are choosing one over the other. It's literally your environment. Like, it's the way that you were wired based on your experience.
For sure.
Okay?
And then I want to point out that this is not about your attachment style is wrong, right,
no, not
better,
at all. There is
superior,
not anything that's
anything
wrong.
like that. It's just about understanding and becoming aware of your style and the behaviors that you may be exhibiting in this style, which can impact your marriage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So first up, we have the avoidant attachment style. I am an avoidant attacher. Okay. Next to that is like withdrawer would be the same language for the avoidant attachment style. So some of the behaviors for the avoidant attachment style is that they have a positive, unstable view of themselves, right? They have a negative, insecure view of others. They are independent and self-reliant, fearful of intimacy, elevates themselves above their partner, reluctant to rely on others. They view dependence as a sign of weakness. They set rigid boundaries, so put up walls to block people and keep people out. They challenge diverse perspectives.
Yeah.
Okay? So we talk about these things it's a natural part.
No, for sure.
They seek distance and avoid attachment. And they avoid or withdraw from conflict.
You can see, were you done?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see this in so many ways where I think my wife is very intelligent. Intelligent, all right? There's sometimes where I have to say, well, babe, everybody doesn't think like that. Where you think the high level in which you think is the norm.
That's common sense.
See, that's what I'm saying. So then you start to treat people as though they don't have common sense or that they are under because you think a certain way or you've had a certain experience or whatever. I'm like, no, you can't. That can't be. You can't do that.
Let me also say that I actively work on checking myself.
I agree.
Now that I'm aware, I actively work on checking myself when I see these things arising.
Sure.
So like that common sense situation,
right?
I have to check myself and say, okay, and it's almost like that statement of like they elevate themselves above their partner, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Or they elevate themselves above others. I don't actively try to do that. I don't think that I do that.
Right.
But it bothers me when I see stuff that is like I said, common sense. Like that's ridiculous. Like,
right.
You really thought that way?
Yeah.
You really think that way? You really chose to do X, Y, Z? And in thinking that way and not checking it, that would lead me to then behave toward that person in a way that could be demeaning or as though I'm over them.
Sure.
So I actively check myself when I hear
belittling or anything.
Or belittling. When
sure.
I hear something playing in my mind multiple times, like, ugh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, bring it back.
Yeah, for sure.
Common sense ain't common.
Yeah.
That's number one. That's what I tell myself often. Common sense is not common.
Well, we don't even have to label it as common sense.
But I, in my head, do. So I'm telling myself, common sense is not common, right? Everybody has different ideas of what common sense is.
Sure.
So therefore, you can't hold your standard to other people. Like I'm literally coaching myself through this on a daily basis. Okay? I'm not, now that I know that I'm avoiding attachment, I'm not just sitting in that thing and saying, well, this is how God made me. This is who I am.
And that's good. Because before, you would be like, nah, God, this is how God made me.
And you're wrong.
And so you got to deal with it. It's like, wait,
you
what?
married me?
What?
You prayed for this. Let's move on. Okay. No, I'm just playing. Okay.
What was the last part of it? Because I want to say something about that too.
Avoids or withdraws from conflict.
Okay. So with you, and we kind of had this before when you said, I'll have a hard conversation. And I said, you do. Mm-hmm. However, you won't necessarily initiate the conversation. I think it's this is just my opinion. I think it's because you don't fully trust yourself in keeping it.
No, it's because I know myself.
Right. That's what. Well, no. That's what I'm saying. Trusting that you will keep it at a level that is still respectable and all of those things. But that's what I'm saying. So you don't necessarily initiate the hard conversation, but once the hard conversation happens, then you're willing to engage in it.
So if you did not, and we'll talk about your style in a moment. If you did not initiate, I'm absolutely going to initiate. And I think that's the issue. I'm going to initiate when I know my tongue can be tamed.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to initiate immediately because I know myself.
Right.
And I know that I'm going to cut and I'm going to hurt and I'm going to say everything that I've been thinking, and that will not benefit our relationship.
Correct.
Therefore, I need time.
Correct.
I need time to go through all those crazy thoughts in my head of everything I want to say and talk myself off the ledge.
So this is where I call this, what I do with my friends is getting the venom out, because my goal is I don't ever want to give you that venom.
Right.
So I'm going to tell it to a friend. That way I can get that initial response out. So then I can come back to you and have a respectable conversation or a healthy conversation.
So I don't tell it to a friend. I tell it to my therapist,
right,
and I tell it to my journal.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't tell it to another human being, because at no point, and I get it, like they may say, oh, but we know you, we know your marriage and all that, but we're still human, right? At no point do I want another individual believing that you truly get on my nerves and I'm tired of you.
Right,
like, I don't want you to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that may be the mean thing that's in my head right now.
Right.
And so I don't give that to them. I give it to my therapist. I give it to my journal. And then even with my therapist, when I give it to her, by the end of the session, I'm like, so, okay, yeah, he get on my nerves and I really don't want him to go nowhere because it ain't going to be no easier without him, but let me just, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me talk this thing through.
Right.
And she's okay with that.
No, that's good. I'm willing to do that with a friend simply because we're equally yoked. I think that we should have this, your way of reconciling works for you. What I choose to do is build a community around myself, as far as with people that I trust, love, that I know trust and love our relationship and want to see it, grow. So I also want somebody to get in the car with me and be like, nah, that's some BS. No, I'm with you. But then be able to say, all right, but let's talk about you, bro. And it's like, all right.
So that leads to your attachment style, because if you heard in mine, it was a reluctance to rely on others.
Oh, for sure.
So
Absolutely.
that's why it's all about attachment style.
No, that's it. Yeah.
So let's go to yours, which is anxious or pursuer attachment style, right? Yeah. So a negative, insecure view of self.
Yeah.
Positive, stable view of others.
Yeah.
Tends toward dependence.
What is the, keep going.
Okay. Tends toward dependence. Fear of losing relationships.
For sure.
Emotional ups and downs. Elevates partner above self.
Right.
Tends toward clinginess when apart. Worries about being disappointed or abandoned.
Yeah, for sure.
Anxious with diverse perspectives. Yeah. Tends to be the pursuer in the relationship.
Oh, for sure.
So what was your question? That's it.
No, I have a question. It's like the other day when I text you, because I am one that is, I'm going to serve, especially my people. Like, if you're in my circle, I'm going to serve to the highest level. It's like, yes. And I will tend to put you above me.
Yes.
Like, because I love this relationship. And there was a point where I used to my value was placed on how I could serve others rather than,
how you could serve others and how they responded to said service.
Exactly. And rather than just like, oh, we're friends because we actually enjoy each other's company or whatever. So the other day, though, where I had a situation that I was hurt by a friend, and I remember texting you and I was like, my God, I said, what did I say about people? I think I said, God has made me so vulnerable to people.
Yep.
And you were like, that's your superpower.
Yep.
And I said, but it hurts. I think that's an example of it. It's because of not having my mother and that abandonment of this person that is supposed to love you, like no matter what.
Yeah.
I've seen reels online where they were coming to pick up this lady's son, and they had a full case against him. He had robbed somebody and harmed them and all that stuff, and showed her everything. And she looked at it, and I looked at it and saw that, yeah, that's definitely him. And she's like, that's not my baby. That ain't him. And it's like a mother's love
Yes.
is there's no condition on this thing. And then to not have that, it's like, well, I wasn't valuable. I didn't bring enough value to her in order for her to stay. So now in my head, I have to bring value to relationships in order for them to stay and see me as worthy of staying as well.
That's good. And there's two things there. One, I agree with you, the mother's love. I seen a documentary where the boy confessed that he murdered these people. And the mother literally said, I was devastated to hear him say this. She said, but this is my son, and there's nothing that he can do that would ever make me not love him.
That's what I'm saying.
And when she said that, I felt that in my heart. Man. I was like, man, that would be so hurtful for my child to do something like that. But I agree. Yeah. Like, there's nothing that will make me not love him. So that's one. But then the other aspect is that was not her reality. For sure. You know, there were other factors at play that kept her from being able to give you the mother's love that you needed. For sure. And ultimately, what was presented and put into your life that could potentially have been harmful and completely broken you, God used that to create and heal and make you who you are today. For sure, yeah. It was all orchestrated in design.
I still have a desire and a longing for this relationship that was supposed to be, but my logical mind knows that this is the best decision.
Praise God that it didn't happen.
Oh man, it was the best decision ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I understand that fully. So
absolutely. And so once again, to go back, if you've forgotten why we're even talking about this, it's understanding who you are, who your partner is. And then once you get that awareness and understanding, you can then figure out how to navigate one another, but also give additional grace and compassion.
For sure. And just in these two attachment styles, you see it even in how we celebrate certain things. For instance, I'm like, I want a birthday. I want all my people, all those things. Wifey is like, you could send me somewhere. By myself. Like, y'all could.
Or we could do a little quiet dinner.
Yeah, do a little quiet dinner. So, for her birthday, we did it at the house, and I had a private chef.
Yes.
Come and all that stuff, and was serving and all those things. She absolutely loved it.
But can I say 17 years of marriage, and I felt like this year was the first time that you actually got it.
For sure.
Because on my birthday, I've done one trip that I was like, I said that I was turning 40, and I said to him, I celebrated my actual birthday at home. We just did like dinner or something like that. But I was like, for my birthday, I'm going to Belize with my friends. For sure. Okay. So I've only done one trip for my birthday, but every other birthday, he has literally involved other people. Yeah. Every other birthday, I had a huge surprise party for my 29th. Yeah, for sure. I had...
What you still loved, though.
I did love it. I absolutely loved it. I remember for my 30th, I had just had a baby, and he invited friends, and we went to the movies. Like, he always includes other people, and I'm usually sitting there like, I don't want to... For me, that I have to turn on, if that makes sense. Sure. Like, I gotta get my extrovert out, right? I gotta engage. Yeah. I don't want to. I want to be me.
Especially in a time where you just want to celebrate you and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I've always been like, he's gonna invite other people. That's what he's gonna do. That's his thing. So this year, I expected him to invite people, and I was open and ready and willing. So I was actually like, he ain't invite nobody?
It's like, I almost got in trouble for not inviting somebody this time.
I said that like, because he's always surprising. And so he's got me believing that we're going out to dinner and we're waiting for people who are now going to meet us at our house. And I'm like, oh, they do run late sometimes. Okay, it's cool because it's friends and family that we know and I'm close to, so I'll be fine with it. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do, a dinner out with friends. And I'm talking to him about the friends and he's neither confirming nor denying. Like, he's not acting as though they're not coming. He's just kind of going along with what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I see a car pull up to the door and I'm like, babe, did you get a limo again? You got a limo for us to go to dinner? You so crazy, boy. Like, I'm going through all that. And in walks the chef that was here from lunch.
Boom.
She catered lunch too.
I had the chef do brunch. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And I said, you got the chef coming? So our friends aren't coming? And he's like, no, it's just us. And I was like,
just us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which was really dope. It was
really dope.
Another example of this is how we do our individual trips.
Yes.
So we had talked about like, all right, we want to do an individual trip where we just get away from the family and just reset and all of that stuff. Our resets look different.
Absolutely.
Where your 7 days away is going to be by yourself on a beach,
yes.
some books, some snacks. Yes. It may have some
living
TV.
in bliss.
Yeah, but it's a reset. Mine, I do a men's trip. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get around my people. We about to hoop. Some intensity.
We about to get on. To me.
We about to get on some what do you call it? Some 4-wheelers. We about to go to
ATVs.
We about to get in what's the thing in the beach? I mean in the water.
Jet skis.
We about to, it's the intensity, the competition. I'm like, that's what I'm doing for my stuff.
To me. I don't want no parts of that. I'll do it, but that's not a vacation. That's not a
right. But
that's work.
And again, so now give an example in conflict, you see this as well, whereas there's a conflict that happened, you're gonna go ahead and be like, I'm distance yourself from the conflict. Space. I'm going to be more so like, let's deal with it right now. Let's get this thing done, right? So we can move forward and all that. So
yes, let's go to the last two, and then we can hit a commercial real quick. Yeah. The next attachment style is fearful or disorganized. So they have a negative, insecure view of themselves, a negative, insecure view of others. They seek and avoid closeness. When I think about this one, I think of confusion. And honestly, I remember when I first
What's it called again?
Fearful or disorganized.
Yeah, for sure.
When I first heard about attachment styles, I actually thought that I was both avoidant and disorganized. I still feel today like I have a lot of disorganized qualities.
Right, for sure.
But it's complete confusion. Seeks and avoids closeness, longs for love and rejects intimacy, struggles with scorekeeping, fluctuates between expressive and supportive, and distant and unavailable. They set and then don't maintain or respect boundaries. They embrace and reject diverse perspectives, pursue and withdraws to avoid being hurt.
Yeah.
Like, this person is hot and cold.
Yeah. But it's not. I don't think it's necessarily just confusion. I think they value both.
And they're afraid.
That's
why it's called fearful and disorganized.
That's so it's like, I want to give you more of me, and there may be a point where giving more of myself to you, wait a minute, that's scary. It's a level of vulnerability that I was hurt. Let me pull back. I don't want you to this close to me. I'm willing to have open conversation, but the last time I did this, these conversations were used against me.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull that back. So it's, for me, when I hear it, it's like, I want to, but I must protect myself. So Absolutely. It's a struggle.
It is a protection mechanism.
That's it. That's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
That's what they're doing.
The last, so those are those three, as you can tell, they're intense, and there are things that are that need growth and adjustment, right? The last attachment style is one that we all attain to have, right? Which is secure.
Yeah, for sure.
So a secure attachment style is a positive, stable view of yourself and others.
Yeah.
Okay? You're interdependent. So you understand how we function and flow and work together, and we need each other.
Yeah, for sure.
You're comfortable with intimacy. You're open and trusting. You see yourself as an equal partner.
Yeah.
You tend to stay connected even when you're apart. You set and respect boundaries. You rely on yourself and others to manage distress. So you ask for help. You let people know when you need, right?
You know, we ain't doing that.
Right. That's why I'm still over there in avoidance. What do you mean? Look, if we had percentages for these boxes, I'm a good 85 to 90% avoidant. They welcome diverse perspectives, and they seek connection and provide space.
That's good.
I seek connection and provide space and don't feel abandoned or rejected if being told that they need space. Right?
For sure.
So those are the attachment styles. And once again, like I said, we're introducing because it's really important. Once you understand and have an awareness of both your attachment style and your spouse's attachment style, you can then begin to provide grace, compassion, and also learn how to work together.
I have to know. We'll talk about it when we come back. I guess I might want to say that.
Okay, so that's perfect cue. Let's head to the commercial. We'll be back.
Cut. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. This could have the 4.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
An episode. That could be a whole episode.
Absolutely. And it can be a training.
Yeah, that's why I say we would use this on a training day for the intensive, for sure. I would, yeah.
Are y'all familiar with John Gottman?
That's his.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I got my undergrad in psychology, and I started.
No, since you got your little degree, you think you know everything.
Some of that counseling stuff. Yeah.
I like the brain has always I've loved it, but for me,
I would love if we could get to a point where, that would be so dope, babe.
What?
When we get to the point of interviewing people, interview an actual psychologist or interviewing and getting
a therapist,
and even having them do a guest. They could be a reoccurring guest on the show.
Yeah.
Like every month, we're going to be meeting with this therapist, and they're gonna, we're gonna walk through some stuff and all those things. That would be crazy.
That would be.
Ready when y'all are.
Yeah.
I gotta remember where we at. Let me see. Right here.
Well, I wanted to say
Yep.
that too.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You said ready when we are, and then we never told you that we're ready. We are. Let me look. Yes, we're ready.
Okay, coming in on your camera.
Go in his.
Oh, go on his.
Because you said we want to come in with you.
Okay.
Oh, I'll say we're back, and then we'll go to him.
Okay. John. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back. So you were saying you wanted to jump into something.
I think so. Learning the different styles are so helpful because there was a point where I remember I would take it personal where you were like, I said, babe, what's going on with you? And you would say, I just need to be left alone. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, nobody did nothing to your butt in the first place.
Ain't nobody did nothing.
Right. I'm like, you just. But now I know what is being said, and of course you say it differently now where it may be we wake up one day and you're like, babe, I'm just letting you know, I'm not sure fully what's going on. Or you may say, I think it's because I have so much stuff to do and I start to feel a little overwhelmed. So you may feel me be a little distant. It's not you.
Right.
All right. But I would like some space.
But that also goes to understanding your attachment style.
Absolutely.
Because I know that I have to reassure you
for sure.
that I'm not abandoning you.
Right,
I'm not rejecting you.
For sure.
I'm feeling this way and I need some space.
Yeah. Because the thing about it is my and your attachment style is a abandoner, okay? So
this is a no judgment zone.
Right, but mine is like if I feel abandoned, I'm gonna go into protective mode.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? Bet.
Right.
Bet that's what we doing.
Right.
That's what we doing now. So I'm just saying that now with that communication, when you start to understand this, that communication is like, oh, okay, you just need your space. Now I also know when the kids are, skipping to the room or they see you in the office and I'm looking, I'm like, hey, what you doing? Nah, leave mommy alone. That's not what we're doing. Hey, so I can protect you in that way.
Absolutely.
As well. So you get the space. And then I even just said the other day, I said, I do all of this work to make sure mommy's good and all that stuff to make sure she get her reset. And then y'all come in 5 minutes and take it all away. 5 minutes. Take me 10 hours to get her to this piece. And y'all got 5 minutes and y'all taking it away. It's like, my God.
Absolutely.
My God. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
we're talking about how the past can show up for you to be aware, reflective, and all of that. So we talked about attachment styles. The other thing is communication. So you were talking about communication. It's communication defaults. So what were some of the themes or the languages or
So this is number
lessons?
2?
This is number 2.
Okay. So number 1 was the
attachment styles.
Number 2,
communication defaults.
Okay, cool.
And so for me, I think, and also to go into attachment style, I think this was a part of this language, this experience that I had is a part of what led me to be an avoidant attacher. So in my home with communication, stonewalling was a common thing.
It was crazy.
My mom and my stepdad would go days, sometimes weeks, with not communicating with one another because they had a fight.
Right.
And I mean, walking around the house, I'm still cooking, cleaning, doing all the things, but I'm just not talking to you.
And I asked, so how did they get reconnected? Well, somebody just start talking to each other
Somebody
again,
just start talking to the other
and
person.
then we just wait for the next one. It's like, what?
Yeah. Another common occurrence in my home was yelling and cussing.
Yeah, for sure.
So in frustration, you be everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun.
No, I
and
ain't
yelling in a high tone. Now, even in my father's house, we did yelling. Yelling happened all the time. My father never yelled at his spouse. I don't recall that ever happening.
Yeah, for sure.
But he yelled at us often.
Yeah.
Like yelling was regular conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I took that into our marriage, or gaslighting.
Right.
Like trying to make somebody believe that the issue is really them.
That
didn't happen.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you. You just made that happen. That wasn't the thing, and it wouldn't have happened had you not done X, Y. So those were common things that happened in my past, communication defaults that I then bring into my adulthood and into my marriage and into our interactions.
Yeah. And
Do you have any communication defaults that you remember?
The communication defaults is like, I would say pressing the issue. It's like trying to force the conversation to go ahead and happen. And I would experience pushback from that. But just trying to control the conversation and be really more so like, no, not giving space or anything, like, breaking the boundary, all of that. Another conversation default is the aggressiveness, where it's like, nah, you become more aggressive to get your point across and things like that. I don't know any other ones.
No, those are good. Those are good.
Yeah.
And that leads to the next third one, which is conflict scripts.
Okay. Gotcha.
How did you handle conflict? You just said address now.
Yeah, for sure.
Address now. There ain't no space. There ain't no breathing. We ain't moving till we get through this. I remember you entered our marriage like that.
For sure.
And I'm like, dude, you address now. There were so many things that were said that were just mean and hurtful. And I remember you coming back and you're like, I don't like that. I would never try to hurt you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In a conversation, even if we're in conflict. And I don't like that it's okay for you to do that.
For sure.
And my response to you was, like, I don't want to, but I can't talk about that right now.
For sure.
Because that's what's in my head right now.
Right.
I'm angry right now.
Right.
You may not think, in your mind, you may never think these things about me, right? In my mind, immediately.
I think 'em, but
I think 'em.
I for sure think them. But
but you don't say them.
peace is more, I value that more.
Yeah.
Like I value, like when we talk about protection, like that's what it's inside of me, in even protecting you from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
that's something that is important
Yep.
to me in that way. So I'm not gonna say anything that will make you feel smaller.
Yeah.
You know, or at least that's not
belittle
my
me.
goal. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this one, and you may say in your head, "That's not you."
Right.
And I think it is a me that you didn't know.
Okay.
And that was one conflict script was to people please or comply. So
no, I've seen it.
okay.
And it's like, yo, with
my soror.
yes.
Yes.
I know you want me to say with sorors, and I'm like, yo, hold on. Cause you don't handle that this way. Now all of a sudden you're like, well, I want to be, a team player and all that. I'm like, no. Cause you don't do that over here. So yeah.
I literally see in my adulthood, and it's changed definitely more now, but I recall in my early adulthood basically being a complete emulation of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So I can remember the cussing, the yelling, the fighting, right? And in the same breath, once, because you're like, well, how did they reconcile? Well, somebody talked and they just were fine. Sure. So then in that next breath, I am people pleasing. I am going above and beyond, doing everything in an effort to comply and avoid conflict.
Right, for sure.
Even to the detriment of me.
Right.
I think it was in college where I identified, why do you keep doing this? Right. I don't like this. I don't like that you keep doing this. Right. Like, let's adjust. Let's honor your voice. Let's honor, all of that. But yeah, people pleasing was definitely a thing.
For sure.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah.
The fourth thing is emotional triggers. So like how, and these are hard, like especially when you don't even recall or really remember what happened in childhood that is all of a sudden triggering you today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For me, it was power and control.
Yeah.
It was I was constantly and consistently controlled. And so you just said, well, that was one of your communication defaults. Like that was how. So early on in our marriage, I can't tell you, I'm saying, you are not my daddy. Yeah, you do not control me. You
for sure. And here's the thing in that is, and this is how you see it. That's not what I'm doing.
Absolutely. It triggered that feeling
for sure.
in me.
You're interpreting. I look at it this way. If I see something that you're doing that is like, but babe, your skill set is this. I need you to hit here and here. For you, it may feel like, you're trying to control me. For me, I'm saying, you're my teammate.
Yeah.
I want to exhaust this skill set so we can show up as our best selves. And I know if we can tweak this, like it's gonna go, it's gonna be much better. But I think also that is something that you now is like wanting to make sure you're in control and protect yourself in that way. Mm-hmm. So then you want to be in more control. And I also think it's like, if you think if you're in control, then it's going to be done correctly, or or whatever. I just like, I'm a more so a delegator. I'm going to say I control the vision and what needs to be done, but I don't necessarily have to control who's doing it or how it's done. I want this outcome.
Yeah.
How you do it is.
Yeah, it's irrelevant to me.
That doesn't matter to me. Like communicate that, okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, it's gonna give me this outcome, then let's rock.
Yeah. So, and we are talking about all of these things and definitely talking about our lives and how it has shown up and manifested in our lives, but we're talking about it in an effort for you to hear and reflect.
For sure.
Is this you? Or are you familiar with this? Or are you aware of this? because awareness is the first step. Like
Yeah.
that's how we move forward.
Yeah.
Is by being aware and then making and taking actions toward changing. So the last thing is the fifth thing is learned behaviors from your childhood. So I think about, and we joke about this, but lying was a regular part of my childhood. I can't tell you how many times, lying about everything under the sun. So then we fast forward to where I'm in college, and I can't tell you how many funerals I've had to go to in an effort to not go to a class. Everybody done died, okay?
Multiple times.
If there's a professor watching today, I apologize. My grandmothers and my grandfathers all died before I was born. And yet I went to their funerals every year, multiple times a year, based on whatever assignment was due. And these lies were normal.
Yeah.
Like I would do them.
Yeah.
I lied so much that I began to believe my lies. And even when talking to people, if somebody caught the lie, I would then make another lie to catch the lie.
Or you would defend this lie and go mad. But I think you started to evolve later when I seen you call off work sometimes and you're like, oh, I can't do it. I just, my tire blew out, which is true.
Last week.
It did blow out last week, but it wasn't today.
It blew though.
There's nothing impacting you today, but you're like, oh, my tire blew out. I'm on it and all this stuff. And it's like,
I didn't say it blew out today. I said my tire blew out. And that's why I couldn't go to class. Maybe I was still sad about my tire blowing out.
Right.
I'm just saying, regardless though, that was BC.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that I am reformed and healing, healed, healing.
Yeah, for sure.
I just made it was actually a scripture that got me, and I want to do better at knowing exactly where the scriptures are. But in the Bible where it says, let your yes be yes and your no be no, that whole section of scripture, I read that when I was in college and I said, that's what I want.
Right.
That's what I want. I no longer want to lie to pacify somebody or some situation. I want to take accountability and ownership for whatever choice I make, whatever decision I make.
Right.
So then I went from, lying all the time to only lying sometime to then being like, no, I'm not going to lie at all.
Right.
Like, I'm going to let my yes be yes and my no be no. I don't want to do that thing. And this is why. And I stopped being sorry. That was another thing that I always did was I'm sorry. I always apologize.
Right.
I stopped. What are you apologizing for?
Right.
I don't want to do this.
Right.
This isn't in my wheelhouse today. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually take mental health day today from work. I'm not able to come in.
Right, for sure.
That sort of thing. So were there any learned behaviors from your childhood that you brought into our marriage?
Yeah. I would say so my father was very much so just dominant, right? So I would say go back again to this control, wanting to be in control, wanting to control how it's done, when it's done, all of these things. So, and I know we had this conversation because he's like, oh man, a woman should do this, and this, and this, and this. So I came into it with like, oh,
this is your job.
Yeah, this is what the expectation should be. And I evolved from that. Like I realized that when you come into this preconceived notion of what your marriage is supposed to look like based off of somebody else's thought, then you miss out on what your marriage could be.
And what it could be. Yes.
That's crucial. So I hope that we don't necessarily give advice based off of you want your marriage to look like ours instead of you want to use these tools and implement these things to create the marriage that you actually enjoy and you love being a part of this marriage. So I'm hoping you all are receiving it as that. Another big one I would say is I also see my father with a lot of different women. So that's something, you know, just this wanting to always be around women. And you know what? The crazy thing is, I think that's a part of his attachment style.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his father wasn't around, you know, so that abandonment. So you're always seeking for that approval and all of those things, or you're seeking to have someone you can attach to. And so for him, it may not have been just sexual, but it also could be just companionship.
So you think your father is an anxious attachment?
Oh, I definitely, yeah, for sure.
And you're an anxious attachment?
Yeah, for sure.
And how was your attachment with your father then? Because you're giving the same energy.
Well, that's the crazy thing is, I don't know that we were attached, like wanting to make sure you know what? Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
You seen it here live.
This would explain why I'm so serious right now.
Yeah.
The fact that everything my father did, I did it with him. Meaning, if we were like, so he owned the cleaners. He's like, yo, after school, just come to the cleaners. I wanted to do other things. I remember there was one year I joined tennis because I was like, but all of his businesses I did with him.
You sold purses.
When we sold purses, and my Saturdays were spent with my father. He was the lunchroom guy. He would come to the school. He ain't worked there. I've never seen him work a job, but he would always be at the school. When like I wasn't going to parties and stuff like that. When he went out of town, I went out of town with him. When I even went on his dates with him. Like, I'm serious. Like,
yes.
So that makes complete sense, of like him feeling that anxiousness of like, I want my son with me, because his father didn't do that for him. His father didn't send for his son. He wasn't teaching him. He wasn't, caring for him or anything like that. It was just, my baseball games, like
I think that can also speak to the conflict that you all experienced when you separated and went to college.
That's good. And he's this is crazy. And he's expressed like, you just left for college and you just left. And you ain't come back. And I didn't. Because I was like, I need, to experience my own thing in space and all of those things. And he was hurt by that, So I think that was also the reason why we were disconnected for a while, is because he felt abandoned and rejected. That's why there's times when, when there's been holidays and we sent him a video and my man was mad and didn't talk to me. I'm like, what's the problem? And he was like, I would prefer calls, like FaceTiming, call me, things like that. Is because he wants that connection. He wants that. So yes, that's good.
You heard it here first.
That's good.
We haven't done our second commercial yet, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna try to wrap this thing up quick.
For sure. That was good. It was good. I didn't even think about that.
Okay.
All right, and I gotta.
Do they need to be more quiet? Elijah, go into your room.
Let me get my who's
Nehemiah, you go too. Because you're loud.
Go in your room.
How I know you was there.
Right. That's what
Okay.
Okay, coming in on camera 3. Is it Shipley, the commercial?
Yeah, Shackley.
Shaq. Sorry. I know, I was thinking about this.
I wouldn't mind a donut.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. So, want to sum up. We got into some real meat this episode. Okay, we've gone deep dive into stuff. Right.
Pause.
I'm not pausing anything,
Let's
and I
let's
just
just
want
go.
to let's just
You don't have
discontinue
to-
pause
No,
for moving forward
No,
forever.
That's what we're not gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna discontinue that. So we've dug into some really deep stuff. We're hoping that you are able to be reflective and see yourself in this.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go
Yeah.
with my points on
No,
my
we
card
can, yeah.
for the other, because that takes us deeper into that.
We dig in our marriage workroom, and in the marriage workroom that we have with our community and stuff. We dig into these type of topics.
Yes.
And really teach you how to now build your marriage with this awareness. So I think this was really good.
It was really good.
For sure.
But we want to transition into who's at fault. We want to
Okay.
try to get this through fairly quickly, Mr. Taylor.
Okay.
So no long-winded
Okay, cool.
communication.
So the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Okay. We would also love to hear your who's at fault. If y'all have one, y'all want us to break down. The last guy, Devon, you almost called something over here. Okay. So
Last episode.
okay, so it's Jasmine's 35th birthday. She told her husband, Andre, I almost said the real name. She always told her husband, Andre, for weeks, she doesn't want anything big, just something thoughtful, something intentional. The day comes, Andre forgets to make a reservation. He grabs flowers from the grocery store at 7:30 p.m. after she's already put the kids to bed. She says thank you, but she's clearly hurt. He gets defensive. You said you didn't want anything big. She responds quietly, I didn't say I didn't want anything. I didn't say I didn't want nothing. He feels like he can't win. She feels unseen. Later that night, she posts a smiling picture with the flowers. But inside, she's questioning if he even knows her anymore. Who's at fault? And I might have to finagle these in a way because I'm reading and I'm trying to not say certain things or not say certain names or anything like that. But who is at fault? My man got flowers. He got them at 7:30. Already put the kids to bed. She says thank you for the flowers, but he can noticeably see that you're not feeling the flowers. And he's at the point where he's like, I can't win. Who's at fault?
I'm going to allow you to speak first.
Well, let me just present my case.
Yes, please do.
I don't have a fault just yet, or that I want to reveal. Okay. What I hear is he got a gift, which was flowers, which is something that is acknowledging the birthday. It's not something big. However, he recognized the birthday and she's like, this is completely not cool. He's thinking he can't win. So I want to recognize this. What I will say is, even though she didn't say she wanted something big, she still wanted something thoughtful. And that was key. Wanted you to put in effort. So you could have got flowers, but how you deliver the flowers would have been like, for your birthday, I had the flowers sent up to the gym. How you deliver those flowers can be crucial. You could have had them sent to the job, or you could have had them sitting at the house on the table right when wifey comes home, if she's working or whatever. When you do it last minute, it made your wife feel like she was a last minute thought and her birthday wasn't a priority. So although she did get the flowers, you're gonna have to eat this one, my boy. Pause. But you're gonna have to take that one. Pause on that too. You just gonna have to have ownership on this one. I'm gonna say he's 100% at fault on this one. Because she said I don't want anything big doesn't pause. because she said like you don't have to go this way. I think maybe for him, it meant like I can do the bare minimum, which is unacceptable. And here's the thing. Again, I would go back to the point of if you just wanted to do flowers, that's cool. But how you do the flowers is important. I don't care if you had 12 roses and you created 12 notes and you just created like a little, what do they call it? What you call it?
Like a scavenger hunt?
A scavenger hunt around the house or something. That would have been something that was really dope. The simplicity of that is not anything just too, outlandish, but it's still very thoughtful. My man got to take 100% of that.
So I'm just going to insert at this time, I got a good man, Savannah. Okay? Let me tell you that.
That's
okay?
a good man, Savannah.
Listen. I'm not saying anything else. I 100%, it was a little shaky at first, but I 100% support the message that you just heard. I have nothing to add nor to take away.
Okay.
He perfectly articulated what it is.
That's true.
He is at fault. The only point of clarification I was going to ask was, because I don't recall when you went through, he didn't make the reservation and therefore he couldn't get it in or whatever. But like, why then did the flowers come at 7:30 p.m.? Why hadn't they come earlier?
Andre forgets to make a reservation.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs flowers from the grocery store at 7:30.
So then that makes it sound like he was probably at work or something like that. And he just on his way home grabbed the flowers.
Right. So I'm assuming that reservation, meaning I wasn't thinking about they were going out to eat. I'm thinking the reservation to have the flowers dropped off.
Either way, though,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why are you, because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
You're coming home on my birthday at 7:30 p.m.?
I ain't peeped that. That's
So,
good.
like, that's what I'm saying. So I don't put the
you
kids
have
to
to
sleep.
work.
We
Yeah.
can't even sing happy birthday as a family. My birthday is a holiday.
And I can see the
Like, my birthday is a holiday. So if you work, I'm so serious. So if you work and you don't get off normally until
Do that thing in the
7
morning.
p.m., you need to figure out a plan to either do it in the morning or ask for a half a day or do something, because my birthday is a holiday.
Well, we're not gonna cut the money. But here's the thing: what we
He
can't
can do overtime another time.
What he could have done is my man could have did that joint at midnight
the night before.
Or
at the bedtime with the kids the night before.
The night
Because I want my
before.
kids to be there. Y'all gotta sing happy birthday.
You got
to
the
me.
night before, or what you always do is the morning.
The morning of.
You get up, like for everybody's birthday, wife is gonna get up at like 5, 6 in the morning, and she's gonna have the balloons or whatever all around and
give it all to me.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So they start off the day with having been acknowledged by their family, all of that stuff.
And
so,
I say my birthday is a holiday. Everybody's birthday is a holiday in our house.
Sure.
Like even on your birthday, when we did homeschool, I would tell them today is a holiday. You don't have to do any school. Now that they go to school outside, I ask, do you want to go to school or you want to stay home? Because it's a holiday. You can stay home today if you want to.
Yeah.
Because I value you. This is the time for me to pour into you and tell you how much I love you. And the fact that you worked until 7 o'clock at night-ish, and you don't get home till 7:30, and then you didn't make a reservation, and you just picking me up these grocery store flowers. No, I don't want anything big, but I want intention.
For sure.
So, well said, my love. Well said. Go ahead and tag us in the comments. What's one thing you learned from this episode that you want to either implement immediately or dig deeper into,
That's good.
Get more insight into?
That's good.
We want to know. So go ahead and tag us. And next week, we will close out this series talking about how to start doing the work behind your vows.
That's good.
Don't miss it.